Swirling around California's governor's race after 4 of the 8 Democratic candidates call for a boycott on the upcoming debate over at USC.
Javier Becerra, Tony Thurmond, Antonio Villaraigosa, and Betty Lee all saying that they are excluded from next week's debate, with only the quote-unquote white candidate set to appear.
All right, our chief political reporter Conan Nolan joins us now with more on this development here. Conan.
That's right. So here's the deal. There's a gubernatorial debate at USC on Tuesday that will be broadcast statewide. The university says a formula was used to figure out who should be invited based on polling and fundraising. But the candidates who were snubbed are upset because one of those candidates invited, San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan, was invited to attend, although he's polling in single digits behind at least one of those who's not being invited. And making it worse is that all of the invited candidates are white. All the candidates who've been excluded are black, brown, or Asian. Now, today, the 4 excluded candidates, former LA Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, former HHS Secretary Javier Becerra, former State Controller Betty Yee, and State Superintendent Tony Thurmond held a Zoom call demanding they either be invited to take part or the event canceled. Now, the polls are clear. All of them are in single digits, but so too is the San Jose mayor. They argue that the debate sponsors changed the rules by taking into account Mahan's rapid fundraising. He's raised $10.5 million since entering the race January 29th. But still, they say the new rules are not fair.
This process is rigged. It doesn't work. It limits the number of people who should be participating. It has the effect of denying the 4 candidates of color to participate in this debate. And that's why we're asking all of the candidates who agree to withdraw from this debate.
This smells like someone's cooking the books. And in many ways, I would say that you should remember, all you sponsors, remember Watergate. It's not just the crime, but the cover-up.
Of Los Angeles, former Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa is threatening a legal action, and they've all sent letters to USC. Keep in mind, though, the university says this was fair. It just so happened there was no racial element to this. They're focusing on support and fundraising, regardless of the fact that, yes, they've given, apparently, the San Jose mayor the benefit of the fact he's fundraised a lot over a short period of time. Others have fundraised a lot, but it's been over a longer period of time. Gets complicated, but, you know, there are a lot of candidates for governor. It's hard to have a debate with all of them on the stage at the same time. There's about 8 or 10.
Yeah, politically, you've covered a lot of races. What do you make of this?
Well, what's interesting, this speaks to the fact that there's no clear front runner.
Right.
We've never had a wide open gubernatorial race in years like this one. So, and it's late in the game. And not that late, but, you know, it's the election's in June, but ballots will be mailed out, you know, a lot earlier than that. So, it depends. I asked Antonio Villaraigosa, he says, will you reassess and figure out, well, yeah, I'm still at single digits, maybe I'll get out? No. He says there's no reason to talk about that now. Most people have not made up their mind, although they're starting to.
Nothing from the Republicans, though, huh?
You know, the Republicans are loving it because there are only 2, Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton. That last poll we had earlier this week, they're at top 2. Yeah. They could, if they finish 1 and 2, the Democrats will be shut out in November, which is another problem with the California Democratic Party.
Interesting race.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot of fun.
All right, Conan, appreciate it.
For you.
All right, a special hearing at Burbank City Hall earlier today on the challenges and future of film and television productions. That hearing was hosted by Senator Adam Schiff, who is working on legislation to create a federal film tax incentive. Now, the goal here is to help California become more competitive in the global market, bring productions back to Los Angeles, and save jobs. Industry experts and actors testified today, including the star of HBO's The Pitt.
The estimated total impact of the first season of The Pitt contributed around $125 million towards the state's GDP during our production period. That is proof of concept. That is replicable. And it is vital to the strength of our industry and to our city to support these incentives. They are an investment in our city's most precious commodity and its biggest asset. It is an investment in its people.
The hearing also went over concerns and possible impacts of Paramount's proposed merger with Warner Brothers.